On this episode of Finance Uncut, the silver squeeze is still on, and we only have to look at palladium as our example. And if you haven't joined the Wall Street silver community on Reddit, it's now got over 30,000 members. I recommend you join.
All right. I've been following you on Twitter and I've known you a long time. I don't think I've ever seen you so vocal. You are leading the charge, right? You're leading what you call this revolution. And you're basically telling people, keep buying silver, break the banks.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt. One thing before we get into that, Daniela, maybe I should be interviewing you, right? Now that you are a celebrity, what do they call you? The Princess's Precious Metals? You got your own Reddit webpage dedicated?
We don't have to go there, but thank you, Garrett. Thank you very much.
There's just been so much going on in the silver market. I've been writing silver stock analyst for 10 years. And now this seems to be, a different time that we're in. And, now's the time to be vocal. You saw what happened with, GameStop and, with Reddit, the small investor pushed it up. And now the small investors are taking on, the big banks, and they're using silver as their platform.
Let's talk about what's happening in the SLV. You've been very vocal about it and your disdain for it. How we're seeing tremendous inflows, but there's not enough physical to match what's happening. When does the truth come out?
Yeah, well, you get the SLV ETF, right? And then you've got the PSLV ETF. The PSLV ETF is the Sprott product. It's actually a closed-end fund. Anyone that owns the shares can convert into silver basically anytime they want. With the SLV, only authorized participants, basically major banks, can convert into silver. And SLV, a lot of times they don't actually own the shares. They own the paper that entitles them to the shares. So people are choosing the Sprott ETF over the SLV ETF in order to, get their silver allocation. And since the big run up happened on January 28th, the PSLV, the Sprott ETF, has outperformed the SLV by about 5%. Because physicals, it's hard to find right now. In time it'll fill in, but it's hard. You look around, all the coin dealers got cleaned out. The coin dealers that have any inventory are selling it at about $40. That's a 50% premium to the COMEX price right now. So what I've been saying is that the physical is driving the price more than COMEX right now, and I think COMEX price is going to catch up. And regarding the COMEX, there's a lot of numbers that are thrown out there. Some are, more accurate than others, but, the COMEX for the silver future, they have open interest. That's the number of contracts outstanding of 896 million ounces of silver. There's contracts covered 896 million ounces of silver versus inventory of only 397 million ounces. So if these people choose to take delivery on the silver, they could, wipe the inventory out. The reality of it is the chances of it happening is extremely, extremely small. It never happens. But, it just shows you the imbalances in the silver market versus some of the other commodities. And then another thing with the silver futures market is it takes about 200 days to cover the basically open interest, 200 days of silver production to cover the open interest. With other commodities, it's about 10 days of production, such as corn and wheat and oil, the consumables. Versus silver, it'll take 200 days of silver production to cover that open interest. It's huge, and that's why the paper price, the COMEX price, has been lagging, because there's so much open interest out there, and there's so many banks that are playing the game. But along with that is, with banking and silver, bankers got a bank. When you have dollars, you put it in a bank. That's not an asset. That's a bank's liability. What do they do with those dollars? They loan them out, usually many times over. That's how banks make their money. They're doing the same thing with silver. JP Morgan's got a huge silver vault. They have all the silver in it that is a liability of theirs, and then they loan it out. So there's a whole, derivative chain attached to it that, maybe someday we'll find out more about.
I just love the Wall Street silver community on Reddit. This is their two-step process. Step 1, receive your $1,400 stimulus check from the US government Ponzi scheme. That's so accurate. And step 2, convert it into real money, which is silver. And I've done videos before where, silver is money. It's not gold. Silver is actually money. It always has been. Silver's been gold more times than money has, going right back through history. Now, if you have a look on the right-hand side, you can see the 4 largest traders in red, the eight largest traders in green. Still, and now this is the February 9th, so it is a couple of weeks old. However, this is the most updated chart I could find. Silver is still the most shorted commodity on the planet. And this short squeeze, I've done videos where the ETFs don't have the silver to meet demand, and we do have an example of how this ends up, how this plays out, and that's palladium. One question is could silver do a palladium? Palladium was manipulated for years. It had the largest short position relative to its size, while physical demand rose inversely to decreasing supply. In 2018, demand became so large that it overwhelmed the shorts. Physical palladium could not meet the market's needs and prices exploded. Shorts eventually decreased their positions until they got to a more sustainable level. Now, I'm not going to read the rest of this article, but I will put it in the description below. There's a wonderful article from David Smith, and I think that silver could very much do exactly what palladium did. And let's have a look at a chart of what palladium has done since then. So you can see from this chart that palladium from about May 2016 was just under $500, and it actually hit a peak of about $2,800 from memory. As of recording, it's currently sitting just over $2,400. So that's a solid 500% return over about a 4-year period there. So if we take a 500% return on silver, silver's currently trading at about $27.50. So 500% return from there is $137 silver, $137 silver. So triple digit silver. Now, the squeeze in silver is happening. People say it can't happen. It is happening, and the demand is outstripping the supply of silver. And this happened to palladium as well. And eventually, the demand just blew up and outstripped the supply, and eventually the COMEX prices followed suit. Now, we know that Elon Musk has bought Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's now well over 50,000, and that he reserves the right to buy gold. So this is using Tesla's cash. However, the question has been put out there on FinTwit is silver next for Elon Musk? Now, we know that Elon and Tesla, they need silver for their cars. In fact, we've heard that there's about 2 ounces of silver that goes into every Tesla vehicle. Now, what a great time for Elon Musk to pour into silver and acquire silver at these depressed prices if he needs it for his vehicles. Now, he also understands fiat currency and how it's BS. He's tweeted that, he's publicly said that, and that's why he likes Bitcoin Gold. And I think he understands silver. There are hints out there that this is his next play. And if he does, this could really break the bullion banks, break these short squeezes, and we could see silver really take off. And yeah, so I guess we'll just wait and see. Anyway, folks, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And love to see your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Until next time, I'll see you then.